Great fucking start.
Ladies and gentlemen of the RudeNation, welcome again to the RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus, episode 66 of the RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus.
Execute Order 66.
Do it! Listen, Tim Curry, don't take over for me, the voice of Senator Palpatine, a.k.a. Darth Sidious, a.k.a. Emperor Palpatine. R.I.P. Ian McCombry, so sorry about that.
I think he's dead.
He did die, yes. Look it up, dude. There was a memorial thing in it, okay? There was. Google it. Google it.
I'm going on IMDb.
Right, we're off to a rip-roaring start,
Absolutely.
Nation. If you didn't get it, it's going to be a Star Wars-focused episode, specifically Clone Wars. Clone Wars Season 7 hit Disney Plus as of recording maybe 2 weeks ago, so there's 2 episodes up right now. Your boys have not seen Clone Wars when it first aired, so we are binge-watching the fuck out of Clone Wars, digesting all the Clone Wars.
Ian McDermott is still alive.
Not Ian McDermott, Ian McCombry. The dude who voiced...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got confused.
Still alive.
I got confused.
As per The Rise of the Skywalker.
I got confused with my Ians.
It's fine. That's actually pretty odd that two Ians
I know.
portrayed.
Yeah, that's why you fucked
Tim
me
Curry.
up. Yeah.
But we'll get to that later, Nation. But yeah, Clone Wars, we're going to talk a lot about it. We're going to talk pretty much all the way up to Season 6. So any Season 6 fans, sorry. Tune back probably next episode when we talk about our final thoughts on Clone Wars.
Yeah, I really don't think.
7.
I don't think Season 6 can follow Season 5. Personally.
Season 5 was pretty good. Well, again, we'll get to that. Because we got a big episode, big blitz. Krieg, not necessarily big blitz. I don't know. We'll talk about that off air.
First off, who's in your mouth?
Who's in my mouth? I got a cold brew, Starbucks coffee, iced cold brew.
Nice.
A little junky yesterday, so early morning recording.
Giving that liver a break.
Even though I did ask you for whiskey in it, but again, that's for the best. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, probably.
Who's in your mouth, Tom?
Our good friends at Arizona just dropped off a delivery at Casa de Cash.
Thank you, Arizona.
Of some Arizona green tea with ginseng and honey.
Wonderful, yeah, delicious stuff.
That's
usually my go-to whenever I go out to eat for lunch. And I'm already buying lunch. I'm like, I just get a green tea also.
99 cents.
It's really good. Yeah, I usually get the bigger bottle though, because I'm just like, I really like this stuff. And again, I'm out, I'm spending money. I'm just gonna get more of this delicious drink.
Yeah, my name's Tommy Cash. I'm not made of cash.
There's some you got liquid funds, my friend.
Yes.
Speaking of liquid funds, let's clink it up. Clink and thud.
Thud.
You're gonna have to thud it harder. All right, that works.
Yeah, hopefully.
Great sound.
Oh yeah. Sounds like me at night.
Yeah, so we're in the bunker of Ord Mantell right now, so we do apologize for any sort of background sounds you'll hear. We got the battles going on between the Separatists and the clones. You like that, right? Right off the top of the dome. You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got the fun box. Let's move right into Blitzkrieg, Tommy.
Better than a fart box.
Hit it.
All right. Starting off in game. Blitzkrieg. Starting off in games.
Yep, there we go. Nice.
I caught it, motherfucker.
Good.
The Switch is 3 years old.
Yep, as per posting on the 3rd. The Switch is hitting its 3rd year anniversary. Tom, I know you got a Switch a little later in lifespan of the Switch. Not later in the lifespan, but whatever. I got one day of. I remember. I think it was a January announcement. I think I reserved it in 3 different spots just to make sure I got it in.
It's because you're sick.
Left work early. Oh, it's a fucking sickness, my friend.
It really is.
But I mean, you got to talk about Zelda Breath of the Wild, those kind of launch games.
Mario Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey was probably, I think, my favorite game that year. And that was a tough year, my man, to be like Breath of the Wild. Mario Kart 8, I think, also was in that mix.
Yeah.
And Mario Odyssey, It's really good. We were talking about it with a couple buddies at the party last night as far as getting Switches and, get a Switch, everyone. Come on. Animal Crossing's coming out this month. That might be up your alley.
And Doom.
Well, Doom's coming out for the Switch later, but I think this year. Anyway, for Switch, yes. Actually, speaking of Animal Crossing, Tommy.
They had an Animal Crossing Direct.
They did, yes. We're just going to talk a little bit quickly over the points.
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty cool. There's a ton of customizations.
Okay.
Like, that was pretty much the evolution of the series. Like, you could just, it started off, you could use, like, your freaking GBA to, like, make little designs for, like, your shirt or an umbrella or something like that. And now you can, like, make coffee cups and stuff. Like, it's really customizable is the right word? Yes. Some of the detriments, though, or, like, I guess some of the controversy is the save files. So, like, a big thing is that you only have the one game saved onto one system.
Okay.
And 8 people can play on said system in the same island is kind of like the hub world for the thing. But if there's an issue, like let's say because the Switch is a hybrid home/portable console, what happens if the system breaks or gets stolen or something like that, or save file issues? Nintendo's still figuring that shit out. And they're being transparent about it a little bit by saying that, like, yeah, it's not going to be easy peasy. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure people will still love it. These controversies on games, especially like a Nintendo caliber, really never seem to really hurt it that bad.
Okay.
I mean, look at Pokemon Sword and Shield. There was a huge there's not enough Pokemon in it, and the game sold fucking millions. So
Okay. Cube Blitzkrieg.
Cube Blitzkrieg. That's it. Let's go.
Some Smash Brothers info, Chris.
Yep. This came from like a interview with Sakurai talking about what the future is for Super Smash Brothers. Masahiro Sakurai, the game designer, producer, director.
Not like Soccer Eye.
No, not Soccer Eye. It's also called Football Eye, but some things I want to talk about in his interview was that the Fighters Pass 2, which was announced, I believe, earlier this year, is going to have 6 new characters, and that's presumably going to be the last amount of DLC coming into the thing. Again, money talks. We heard that about the last 5 characters were going to be the last one. But all these characters are going to be picked by Nintendo, so Sakurai's got no input on anything like that, which does mean that there's going to be probably some business dealings and stuff. Like, Nintendo will be like, hey, like they did with the last character pass, to be like, yo, Atlas, let's get Joker in here. Yo, Microsoft, let's get Banjo in here.
Hey, let's get Terry in here.
Yeah, SNK. What's up? How you doing over there? You good?
Can't wait to... I'm so stoked for more Fire Emblem characters.
That might be the case.
I'm so stoked. And the only reason I'm stoked for that is just to watch people cry. Because
will cry, yes.
Because the next time we do Who's in My Mouth, it will be the tears of people crying on the internet.
Okay. Well, you know what? We'll definitely make that happen.
Yeah.
But also something was announced that it was no new Smash is planned right now.
Right.
Which has happened. I know in the release of the Wii, the announcement of the Wii, they were like, yeah, there's gonna be a new Smash Brothers coming out, and that was the first time anyone said anything about that, and that came from Satoru Iwata, the president of Nintendo at the time. So it's like, these things happen.
Because I really
there's gonna be a new Smash Brothers, even if they keep producing and pumping new content into this game.
Yeah, I really think also I don't see Nintendo doing a new system anytime soon.
They might do like a little incremental, like a Pro model or a Switch version 2,
right,
which has been the big rumor.
But again, the Switch.
Happy birthday, Switch!
The Switch is such a high selling console,
right? And it's doing well for them.
Even to this day, 3 years old.
Yeah.
And why fuck with perfection? I think they might have hit their system's final form.
Right, but the only thing that might take away from future sales is the new consoles coming out this year. You got the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One X series, whatever the fuck you want to call it, which we're going to be talking about right next. But
then, at the same time, they also need to maybe work a little harder to get some of those games that will be that are coming out for PS4.
Exactly.
To bring to the Switch.
Right.
So this way, people are like, oh fuck, okay, it was $60 on the Switch. Okay, it's only $50. $6 on PS4.
Right.
Oh, it's only going to be $50, and it's the full game.
Right. There's some ways around that. And
Nintendo's not stupid. I mean,
Nintendo's not stupid.
They've been in business for 200 years.
They have something like that. Yeah, sure.
Right?
I think it's close. Yeah, I think that's in the ballpark. Yeah, making playing cards and shit like that. Yeah.
Don't talk about
it's all good. But talking about console manufacturers, Tommy, the Xbox One X, they got some more details coming out.
Great.
So I know, Tom's thrilled. There's probably a segment of the RudeNation that would like to hear something about this. Yeah, and this kind of comes off almost hot off the heels of the details we had, or the slight details we had off the PlayStation 5 last episode. So some Xbox Series X details, talking about a solid state drive, which is just basically, Tom, for us layman gamers right now, that just means quicker load times.
Okay, good.
That's why I put that on here.
That I want.
Quick resume, something that I know we got on the Switch basically, and something that's on the PS4 sort of, where you can just suspend it, put it into sleep mode,
Yep.
pick it right back up. Dig that. This thing called Smart Delivery. Okay, so what they're doing, Tom, is that they're gonna have games in this like little weird mid portion of the console generations that if you were to purchase said game, one game, and you put it on your Xbox One, the console that's out right now, and then you could use that same disc, put it into your newer Xbox, and it'll just bump up the graphics. You know what I'm saying? So there's not more of these like previous generations. You got your Xbox version and your Xbox 360 version. You got your PlayStation 3 version, your PlayStation 4 version.
Right.
This is basically just one item that can work pretty much throughout the whole thing. And they were really, really, really pushing on the backwards compatibility, which I think that's huge for any console.
That's really the way that Sony and Microsoft have to go.
Yeah, I agree.
Little different for the Switch because they have the Nintendo system.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard because they have different mediums, obviously.
Exactly.
But I think that's huge. I think Sony really should embrace their backwards compatibility. I know they've been saying that, but I mean, the Microsoft end has been phenomenal. I mean, we're going to talk about it later. I'm playing a fucking Xbox One game. I'm sorry, an original Xbox game on my Xbox One because it's backwards compatible.
Right.
And I have that opportunity. And all the Xbox One, all the original Xbox games that I own are backwards compatible on said Xbox One.
Okay,
so
cool.
Yeah, dig it.
Nice.
Keeping it Blitzkrieg, Tom. Sorry, what's up?
Fantastic Four DLC coming to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 March 26, bitches.
That's it. So that's the last bit of the DLC that we're getting.
Fucking stoked.
And you saw like those Venomverse costumes?
No, you didn't show that. I don't think you showed.
I think I remember talking about it. It was like you got like I'll show you.
Oh yeah,
like
I remember you talking about it. Yeah.
I think that might be coming along with it, or maybe that's out now. I'm not too sure. But this one's Fantastic Four, obviously.
Yeah, getting costumes is such a bitch, though.
I know. That's kind of why I stepped away from the game. But what are you gonna do? So the splash screen for that game, it's got obviously the four Fantastic Four members, and you got Doom in the background. Yeah. So there you go, baby. Doom.
We'll see if he's actually playable, though.
That'd be cool. Call an audible.
He's never been playable in any of the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games.
Do an audible. Was there a specific villain for the other three? Obviously, you had Magneto in the base game for the X-Men one, or like another main character.
Well, no,
that they brought in.
Because the way you do it, it's you got to do like the gauntlet,
right?
And like you beat Gambit's gauntlet, and you get. So, like, they might be doing that with this.
Probably,
if Doom is on it. Because, like, because with all the splash screens for the other ones, it was just the four that are coming out.
Okay, so there's reason to believe that Doom is going to be a little more heavily portrayed.
That'd be great if you know what? Give me another 6-hour game. Give me another 6-hour fucking game. I'll play it. I'll play the fuck out of it.
Yeah, buddy.
Tiger Electronic handhelds are coming back.
That is true. Yeah, no, they really are coming back. I thought this was a rumor or something. I think it was the announcer in Toy Fair or something like that. But yeah, these are these little fucking 90s LCD like beep.
I had so many of them.
Beep,
oh yeah.
They're coming out in fall this year. Nice. $15. Presumably
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. If you do. Fuck.
All right, cool.
I fucked it up.
So there's going to be 4 versions presumably available for retail, and they're really just time warp ripped out of the 90s.
Absolutely.
Like the art is still the same.
Good.
The fucking thing is the same. The form factor. It's going to be Sonic 3, X-Men, Transformers, and Little Mermaid. So there you go. The 4 hottest properties known to mankind in 2020. Rocking and rolling, baby.
Well, no, it's probably coming out around when the live action Little Mermaid's coming out, so they gotta bank that money.
Okay, cool. That's one. What else you got? What do you got for the other ones?
Well, X-Men.
Right, we don't know what's going on with X-Men yet. Okay.
I mean, Sonic is... People are about Sonic now because of the movie.
Sonic is about now. Oh, there's actually a rumor that...
And Transformers is timeless.
Transformers is timeless, yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, there was actually...
Step to this, motherfucker!
We gotta talk about something in TV. Yeah, cool. That's all I gotta say about that.
Cool.
Keeping it real blitzkrieg this time. Yeesh.
We have comic news.
Okay, cool. There's still stuff in game news, buddy. I'm looking at the
news. Oh, yeah, sorry. Fuck.
All right, that's 3. You're out. You're done. Fuser coming to all consoles in fall 2020.
What is Fuser?
Fuser is a new game by Harmonix. They did.
What's Harmonix?
Okay, so I'm about to explain. All right, you're slowing me down, buddy. Harmonix
Get to it.
originally made the Guitar Hero games. Then they moved on to Rock Band. Then they did DJ Hero. No, I'm sorry, they didn't do DJ Hero. They did Dance Central. They're big in the rhythm games.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think 2 years ago they did this thing called Drop Mix, which was like this weird fucking board game. You would put cards down and it would read the cards, and you could be like, here are the vocals for this song, the beat for this song, the percussion for this song, and you basically you're like a live DJ. You know what I'm saying? Really neat concept. But like it was in retail, it was a physical product. It fucking hit clearance everywhere, and it was just like, oh, that was a neat thing.
Yeah.
The end. It's something that you're gonna see like on BuzzFeed in fucking 2030 to be like, hey, remember this?
Yeah.
Kids growing up in the 2010s. That's what that's gonna be. But what Fuser is just like a digital game of this.
Okay.
So it's gonna be coming out to all consoles. You're gonna be making fucking songs, brother.
Cool. You can overproduce some talentless singers.
Well, I mean, it's all like licensed stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, they license
Cool.
the stuff out. Yeah, you're really hard to impress, my friends, you know?
Yo, when it comes to those types of games, fuck them. I don't like them.
All right, that's fine.
You
That's
know, not fuck them. They're just not for me. But you know what? Fuck them.
So wishy-washy.
I'm gonna stand by fuck them.
Okay, let's go.
R.I.P. Oh my God.
This is a bad episode. This is a cursed episode.
And it's all on me too. It's all on me.
Usually is. Uh-oh. Oh, my arm. You shot me in the arm.
I will snap you out of existence again.
That's fine.
R.I.P. I'm gonna
Okay,
butcher this name.
R.I.P. Kazuhisa Hashimoto. We apologize for ruining that name. But this gentleman was the creator of the Konami Code.
Yes.
He was a coder over at Konami, I believe, or an employee over there. And the games such as Contra, Gradius were just too goddamn hard for him. So he programmed a code in there to give himself extra lives. And he left the said code in the game for everyone to find. That was an accident, but happy accident, because the Konami Code, I believe, is
Much like me.
There you go. Is one of these timeless pieces of gaming lore and gaming history that just basically supersedes any of the games that it has originated from or is affiliated with. I mean, fuck, you could put that into a goddamn web browser and something wacky will happen, you know? Up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Everyone knows it.
Yeah, shit, there's a podcast themed after her.
Exactly, yeah. There's a
Like,
YouTube fucking channel.
Yeah.
There's everything, man, everything. So, rest in power. We cling to you, my friend. All right.
That was really sad.
Drowning in sorrows.
Now, does the Konami Code work for, like, is it in Metal Gear? Anywhere?
You know what? I don't know.
What about
I don't know.
Castlevania?
I don't know for a fact.
Okay.
We'd have to
Try
check that
it.
out. You know what's funny? It's not like a Konami overarching thing.
Gotcha.
Obviously, it was.
But
it
it's
was
definitely
from the
those
Contra, It was like the
two.
Contra team, sort of.
Gotcha.
That stuff, the shooter team, like. Yeah, I off the top of my head, I don't know. There's obviously websites devoted to the Konami Code and what it does in any game that it ever
cool.
appeared in.
I may have to look it up.
We'll have to take a look. Yeah.
Sure. Now, going to comics.
Yes, let's do it.
New Star Wars comics to be set in High Republic timeline.
Yes. This was from the Project Luminous
Yes.
reveal, which happened, I think, last week.
Yep.
So the next big push for Star Wars, like Tom just said, is going to be the High Republic, which is going to be it's different than the Old Republic. The Old Republic was thousands of years before Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
This is going to be around 200 years before Phantom Menace. And a lot of the design behind these this era is going to be almost like the Jedi are kind of in their peak form. They're like the Texas Rangers of the galaxy.
Nice.
So they're going to be coming in. They are going to be like, when we're going to talk about Clone Wars and stuff, and they're like the peacekeepers, but they're really like generals and soldiers and shit. This is what they are now. So the book's coming out late this year, and the comics, that's going to be a focus on the High Republic era. So that's pretty cool. A nice little refresh of the Star Wars brand after the Skywalker bullshit.
We're going to see some Yoda bullshit now.
We're definitely going to see some. So, like, the characters that I think are alive around that time, you got Yoda. I think Jabba is fucking old as shit, so
Jesus.
Jabba might be in it. You know what I mean? Like there are gonna be some little like Wookiees. Wookiees are old. You're gonna see some tips to the hat to
Nice.
I'd imagine to some of the pre-existing characters, and you might get some canonization of Old Republic things. Like I know, like when the Rise of Skywalker came out, Darth Revan was made canon because he was mentioned in some sort of fucking visual book.
Oh.
He was from one of the characters that was in Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay. Never played it.
Not same, but sorry, sin.
I know a lot of people who jizz over it.
It's the big jism, you know.
It is,
Yeah.
and from what I've heard, it's well deserved jism.
Yep. Oh boy. What else we got?
Moving. I forgot to put this on at PAX East. No.
Yeah, PAX East just happened.
C2E2?
That also just happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
At C2E2, they Marvel revealed their next big thing. It's called Empire.
Right. Yeah.
But it's EMPYE.
ER, whatever. I don't know.
Pretty much Hulkling is now like I think the king of the Skrull Empire.
Okay, I think I heard about this.
Yeah, so it seems interesting, and he's like gonna lead an invasion because I think something happens to Wiccan.
Okay.
So
I think also announced around the same time was that there's this character that came out in the newer, I guess the 2018 volume of Spider-Man.
Okay.
Named Kindred. This weird bug guy. Have you didn't read Spider-Gwen yet, right?
Don't.
He kind of pops up here and there, but he's been like a side character. He's been kind of like on the back burner. He's apparently a character from Peter and Mary Jane's past, and he's finally going to get confronted. And I think it's like issue 44. Yeah. But people are saying that this character is like almost the embodiment of the One More Day Fallout.
Okay.
So, because he's like, there's a lot of allusions to him remembering things from Peter's past or whatever. So it might have been like the like the byproduct of the Mephisto doing
Mary
that
Jane.
thing. Exactly.
Mephisto Mary Jane deal.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll see. Can't go one episode without talking about Spider-Man. So here we are.
Another thing that John
top of our heads, baby.
Jonathan Hickman announced is that there's going to be an X-Men event he's doing.
Okay.
Called War of the Swords. Okay. And the picture is every X-Men character has a sword.
Boy. Okay, cool. You know what they don't need? Swords.
I shit you not.
You know what these superhumans don't need?
Yeah.
Swords. There they go. They all got swords.
They all have fucking swords.
Great. Okay.
Like, like there's some characters where I'm like, okay, you know, Psylocke.
There you go. Wolverine's got 2 swords. One's in his pants. Womp womp.
Well, there's 2 in his pants because he has 2 dicks apparently.
Oh God, right. So we can't go one episode without talking about Wolverine's dick apparently.
So I don't even know what the hell this is about.
We'll find out, baby.
Yeah, I guess we will. And I'm actually I'm going to be going back to
House and Powers.
Yeah, because what they're doing now is the way they're releasing them is they're releasing issues 1 of all the comics in one graphic novel. All of issues 2 in
Is that going to work?
Oh yeah,
continuity wise.
Yeah,
because I would lose my fucking mind if it's not.
I will show.
You don't have to show me. You could take it. This is this friggin' tangenty episode.
Well, deal with it.
All right, sorry, Nation.
See, you have Dawn of X Volume 1 if Comixology will ever load.
So this is
you have X-Men.
Oh, all right.
Boom, 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 and then Dawn of X Volume 2 is all.
Yup. So I'm thinking they did that with the Age of Apocalypse. I remember that because Volume 1 because it was a 4-issue thing
of all of them.
Of all of them. So you had okay. I got you.
Keep it Blitzkrieg.
Fuck you.
Every time. Every fucking time. Moving on to movies.
Okay, cool.
Bill and Ted 3 comes out August 21st, 2020. Cool. I'm so fucking excited.
I've never seen that. You know what? Here you go. Hold me to this. Mm-hmm. We'll do a RudeBoyz Go to the Movies for the previous 2 Bill and Ted's. Hold me to it. There it is.
Shit.
I'll shake on it.
Hold on.
What are you going to put this on Insta?
We are going to...
Going live, baby.
We're going to go live.
All right, Nation. We are going to be going live on Instagram. You might see this. I'm going to actually look it up on my phone, too.
All right, so... I'm gonna hit record.
Go ahead, hit record.
All right, so Chris, you were saying that we will
Start a
do
live video.
that we will do a Rude Boys Go to the Movie of Bill and Ted 1
Yeah,
and
that's
2 before we go see Bill and Ted 3.
That is correct, and that is a Rude Boy guarantee.
All right, you shake on it.
Shake on it.
Shake on
there
it.
you go.
Nice, beautiful.
Should we keep
All
this
right.
going? This is actually not that bad.
Well, someone has to do the notes.
That's a good point.
So we're gonna end the live stream.
Okay, fine. Bye, guys.
Cool.
What else we
Onward to feature The Simpsons short beforehand.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's new. That's weird.
Well, yeah,
brand
now
new
it's
Disney we
Disney.
have.
Yeah.
Because obviously, Pixar movies would have a Pixar themed little mini movie beforehand. But now they're kind of dipping into their 20th Century Fox stuff. Not really 20th. I guess it's just 20th Century now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Basically
the properties they got through the Fox buyout merger.
Right.
The money dealings, whatever you want to say, circle jerks. I don't know.
I really hope they don't use the right screen ratio just so people cry.
Oh, no.
Because I need tears for my next drink.
That's fine. That's
So-
fair. I like that idea.
Do that.
Okay, do that.
Make it happen. Trailer talk.
Trailer talk. Let's talk some trailers, Tommy.
Did you see the trailer for Rumble?
I did.
It looks cute.
Yeah, it's like a
you know.
big kaiju, but they're all wrestlers.
Yeah.
sort of
Roman
thing.
Reigns is a voice. Becky Lynch is a voice.
But they're not the mains.
no,
I think
Ben
you got
Schwartz and
Ben
Will
Schwartz is, like,
Arnett.
the main, yeah, they're the
And
mains.
I forget who the
It's
other
like
main
Sony
is.
Animations, so it ain't like your Pixar, your whatever. It's something
DreamWorks.
like
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Exactly. Yeah.
It
As long as
looks
it's respectful
cute.
to the things. This is my thoughts on.
Be
anything.
respectful to the business.
Anything that I say, whether it be
Unlike-
video games,
right.
whether it be video games, wrestling, anything that I'm passionate about, and another medium wants to try to kind of get some of that, do like when we started watching Glow or this movie Free Guy that's coming out later this year with
Right.
Ryan Reynolds. As long as they're respectful to the said medium, I'm fine with it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Don't make it a joke. Don't make it fucking goofy. I mean, unless that's the point, but. If you're
Yeah.
going to try to be like, you know what, I was a big fan of Lucha Libre and wrestling. I want to make a movie about that. But I want to have giant monsters in it. It's like, okay, cool, great.
like-
As long as you're respectful to that,
Right.
we're cool.
And it's like,
I'm
oh,
not going to fuck you up.
or get, Jack Black and make Nacho Libre.
I mean, I've never seen Nacho Libre.
bad.
Was it bad?
I
Okay.
don't like it. Be respectful to the business, unlike what WWE is doing.
Okay.
Next trailer's Candyman.
Don't say his name, Tom.
Candyman?
No.
Can?
Candy.
Candy.
Piece
This
of
look,
candy.
Jordan Peele is the executive producer.
Sure.
Did you ever see the original? It does look.
I got too scared.
It does look like a sequel.
Okay.
Doesn't really look like a reboot. Like,
Like a reimagining or
Yeah,
something?
maybe.
You would maybe?
but from what I've heard, the main guy that we see in the trailer, that is a character from the first one.
Excuse me. Okay.
So we'll see. It does.
God damn it. Sorry.
It does. It does look good. I'll probably go check it out.
It looks proper spooky. I'm good. Horror's not my thing.
Yeah, I know.
It's not I'm a big bitch. I am, but I also choose. I'm like, you know what? That's not my fight. It's not. I have no horse in that race.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like it could be creepy.
Yeah.
Give me some creepy. I'm a big fan of like creepy mirror shit. You know
Okay.
what I mean? As cliche as it is, when the person comes into the bathroom and opens the medicine cabinet and and then closes the medicine cabinet and there's someone behind them in the mirror. You know
Right.
what I mean? Or they're looking back at the reflection and the reflection does something weird. You
Right.
know? Like I'm a fan of that shit.
Then check out Oculus.
Oculus is like that.
Yeah.
Neat.
TV news.
TV news.
She-Hulk may have a comic accurate origin.
Right, yeah,
Which is
so-
something I was really wanting to see.
Right. So, real quick, Tom, the comic accurate origin of She-Hulk is
Jennifer Walters, she gets injured. And
she a lawyer, or she becomes a lawyer.
yeah, I think
Already
this is
slowing
what
you down. I'm
I
sorry.
think she was in law school at this
Okay,
point,
gotcha.
but you're slowing me down, yes.
Sorry.
She has to get a blood transfusion. The only person who can give it to her is Bruce Banner. and they were like
cousins or something. Right?
They're cousins, and they were like close, like brother and sister.
Okay, cool.
So of course he's like, I'm not gonna let a family member die. Gives her blood. She-Hulk is born.
Got it.
Was hearing rumors that Mark Ruffalo might be showing up in it.
Sure, yeah, he needs work.
The person that they're eyeing to play Jennifer Walters is Alison Brie.
Yeah, they think the word was it was an Alison Brie type, and everyone's just like, why don't you just get Alison Brie? Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, you're looking for that type. So,
another person they were looking at was, you watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Andy Samberg's partner, the Lopez, I think her name is. They were looking at her as well, because they kind of feel she has the look, to CGI.
Oh, I
like
see
when
what
they
you're
have
saying.
the CGI. And she was just like, I would love to do it, but we're going to start filming Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Right.
So it's, and they want to pump these Disney Plus shows out.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Another rumor is that Red Hulk is set to appear. Red Hulk is General Thunderbolt Ross, Betty Ross's father.
Right.
He puts himself through the Hulk program.
Right.
So this way he can just deal with the Hulk himself, where his military minions have failed.
Right.
So
do you think there's going to be just too much goddamn CGI? I mean, we got to still see what happens.
We'll see.
Like, I mean, I don't think there's going to be that much CG in, like, let's say, Falcon Winter Soldier and WandaVision. I mean, WandaVision seems to be almost like they want to make it sort of weird, and just but it's not going to be like, you're not going to see, like, fucking Doctor Strange shit. You're going to see just like, oh, like, that's weird. It's going to be sitcom-y from what they're saying. But this is going to sound really fucking CGI-y.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what's going on with the budget of these bad boys. Coming in August with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah, buddy.
Can't wait. Stoked. Rumor watch. Overwatch and Diablo cartoons coming to Netflix.
Okay, that's cool.
Down.
Yeah. You're a big fan of the Blizzard.
Yeah,
stuff.
I think Diablo would work more as like a anime, like Castlevania type. And Overwatch, if you've ever watched any of the Overwatch, like
the character reveals and shit.
Yeah, like that animation would work.
Got it.
Also, trailer talk for movies. We just watched the trailer. TV. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is Transformers: War of Cybertron.
Right. Yes. Netflix original, not original, but it's going to be on Netflix exclusively, and it's going to be. So I was just looking it up right now. It's like a transmedia property, which is going to be like this brand, Transformers: War for Cybertron, which it has nothing to do with the game that came out for the 360 and PS3 and that time frame. But it's going to be this thing where that's going to be the branding for the toys and the comics, and now this Netflix show. So that's cool.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool. It looks like Gen 1-y sort of stuff.
Which I'm cool with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know I was last episode. I know I was talking about Masters of the Universe Revelation.
Right. Okay.
They released the full cast.
Tom, is this research you did?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. As I said, Mark Hamill as Skeletor, Lena Headey as Evelyn, Chris Wood as Prince Adam He-Man, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Tila. Geller.
Galar. That's how you pronounce your name. It's Galar.
No, it's Geller.
It's Galar. She said it.
No, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. She's wrong.
Liam Cunningham as Man at Arms. I don't know who that is.
Davos Seaworth.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's actually perfect because Man at Arms, he's like a hot, battle worn character. So yeah, just a whole lot. Diedrich Bader is gonna be in there, or is it Diedrich Bader or Bader? I'm just I want you to correct me.
That's actually Diedrich. I don't know.
Henry Rollins is going to be the voice of Triclops.
That guy?
He was the singer for Black Flag. Yes. Kevin Conroy as Merman.
Okay, cool. Right, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
they have to have some sort of interaction.
Jason Mewes as Stinkcore.
Stinkcore?
Stinkcore.
I keep hearing Stinkhore.
Yeah. Alicia Silverstone's gonna be a voice. Okay. Justin Long.
All right, so it seems like that.
Kevin Smith's daughter.
Okay.
Because he's producer.
Sure.
So he's pulling some strings. I don't know Alan.
Nepotism.
Yeah, that never happens. I don't know who Alan Oppenheimer is. That name sounds familiar.
Let's look it up real quick.
No way to find out.
No way to find out in this digital age, my friend.
Nope.
What is it? What is it?
Alan Oppenheimer.
Alan
Oppenheimer.
He's an actor from Westworld. He voiced a character in. Oh, he's done previous He-Man stuff. He was
Cool.
Man-at-Arms in the original Masters of the Universe, and he voiced Skeletor at some
All right.
point also. And he is also he was Alfred in the Batman Superman Public Enemies.
Okay, cool.
movie.
So he's
Prometheus and God of War 2.
he's
That's
done a
cool.
lot of voice acting.
I'm looking at it right now. He has done a lot of voice acting.
All right, let's keep Blitzkrieg.
Too goddamn late, but what's next? I'm trying to see what else he's done. Oh, he's in Rocket Power.
Moving on to wrestling.
Wrestling news, Tommy. Give me some wrestling news.
Rumor is that SummerSlam may be going to the UK in a year or two.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll
I
see
saw that. They were in talks with that shit.
But I'm sure,
Which would be cool, because, I mean, with the network and all, like, fucking just do it.
they'll do
Pussy.
SummerSlam at, for
Wembley?
For Blood Money. So.
Well, I think they wanted to. There was a new. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about WrestleMania next year because it's going to be a new stadium building, and they're going to be like one of the first people in there.
Yes,
because they like to get
California.
that like. Yeah, we're the record holder for the attendance. Beat that.
Yeah,
it's like kind of hard to do that when the fucking thing is 3 weeks old.
Yeah,
but,
they did that
right.
with MetLife.
Right.
So let's just we watched wow. Okay, cool.
Well,
Fucked me up.
That on there.
Yeah, I know. We last night as per recording.
Yep. On the 29th.
On the 29th, we watched Leap Day.
Leap Day, correct.
We watched AEW Revolution.
Right.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed the hell out of it. What'd you think? Like, I know you were kind of bouncing around.
Yeah. From what I saw, I mean, I was really in there for the Orange Cassidy match. I'm a big
good. I know.
We saw him at Dragon Gate that time, and I was like, I like this guy's shtick.
Yeah.
I really do. Was it Dragon Gate or was it a Hog Show?
It was Dragon Gate.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was the first Dragon Gate game. Dragon Gate event we went to. That's the one that you and I disappeared for 10 minutes, and I came back hammered.
That was when Johnny Gargano was champion and stuff.
Yes, and I yelled at Just Incredible.
You yelled at Just Incredible, do some sit-ups.
Yep.
Which was a Bertha Kid sit-up, which evolved into King sit-up.
And
now Tommy Cash. So.
And evolved to Tommy Cash.
Right, so there you go. His final form.
Yep.
This isn't even my final form. But that was a cool match. Pac fucked him up, which was appropriate.
Yeah.
Quick results. MJF beat Cody with some
MJF beat Cody.
shenanigans.
Yeah, MJF got fucking busted wide open.
Right.
Adam Page and
Kenny Omega
retained.
Retained.
Kenny
Omega?
Never happened.
Okay.
Yeah. The more you know.
Yeah, well.
They retained against the Bucks.
Right.
Nyla Rose retained against Chris Starlander.
Okay.
John Moxley, also known as Dean Ambrose,
AKA. FKA, formerly known
as. Won the AEW World Heavyweight Championship from Chris Jericho.
So what do you think about that? You think? I mean, he's John Moxley. Obviously, he's a named guy. You know, he's a man. He's a guy. He's a household name. He's a household face. I'd imagine, except with the fucking beard and the eye patch. But whatever.
Well, the eye patch was.
I know that was. But still,
it was
you know what
ruse.
I mean? I mean, it's
Jericho was.
I hate to say it. It's another WWE guy.
Jericho was getting a little stale.
Right.
Yeah, but okay, you want to say that, but you also look at you had two of the founding members of All Elite Wrestling versus like two VPs for the tag titles.
Right, I get it.
Come on.
Yeah.
People could be like, it's another WWE guy. Okay, big fucking deal. You just had, guys that created this fucking federation. So that, to me, that I didn't like that at all. No, I like Moxley.
Okay. Well, I like him too. I'm just saying, like,
I think
who's going to be the first guy?
Jericho's going to pull some shenanigans and try to chase.
But who do you think is going to be the first guy
to step up?
That's going to be like, it's like you're an AEW guy. Obviously, Moxley AEW guy, Jericho AEW guy. But you know what I mean? Like
the first
who has not had the rub of WWE.
The first. I really thought it was going to be. I can't even say Cody. Jesus. Omega, probably.
You think Omega? Okay.
Omega would be, yeah.
Do you think? So now Cody had a stip a couple months ago that he couldn't challenge for the championship. But now
Yes.
that Jericho is not champion, does that wipe it clean?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Wrestling logic. We're trying to tie some wrestling logic.
I know a lot of
logic to wrestling.
I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, what? That's stupid." That stupid placing of Cody's new tattoo on his neck.
Oh yeah.
And
too.
was it? I saw a tweet from Brian Pillman Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, it's pretty much him saying that he's going all in. He's not going anywhere else. He's putting his neck on the line for his company and for his family.
Well, he's got it's like the Nightmare Family, right? It's his logo of him and his wife and the dog and I imagine
Anderson.
Dustin and shit, Yeah.
And apparently, as of last night, Colt Cabana is officially signed.
Okay, that's cool.
So
big fan of Colt.
I know. I would like to see Colt Cabana versus Orange Cassidy.
That would be pretty good. I'm sure that's happened.
I'm sure
somewhere.
it will happen.
Yes.
All in all, I think the show is pretty
good.
Pretty fucking good.
Okay.
Didn't leave a bad taste in my mouth like Thursday's pay-per-view from.
Do you want to quickly talk about that too?
No.
The Super Showdown.
No, Undertaker showed up. Goldberg is the champion. He beat the Fiend. Roman Reigns is going to be challenging him at Mania, and now it's going to be a Fiend versus John Cena. The Miz and Morrison beat New Day. So yeah, it's a lot of white people as champion right now. Now,
yeah, okay.
It's a lot of whiteys.
Sure. Well, you got Andrade. He's the U.S. champ.
Yeah, but he's been out because
I think he's coming back
tomorrow.
Yesterday, as per posting, brother.
Yeah,
he's back.
Yeah, okay. So
Andrade, money baby, big fan of Andrade.
And Angel Garza.
Yes, Angel Garza.
Angel Garza. A lot of people
like Humberto, good, like lucha style. Like they're good, man.
I'd like to see the LWO.
Oh my god.
No, have Selena Vega have like a
They could just be a new thing. It doesn't have to be
but
the LWO. It could be a new thing.
I understand that.
Okay, you just want the LWO. You love your factions.
I really do.
Right.
Which is why I really like AEW. AEW's all about fucking factions. There's so many
Ring
factions.
Of Honor, like a couple years ago, because they were all about factions.
Yeah,
also,
well,
right?
Ring of Honor is. I'm hoping
that's
things.
What I said a couple years ago.
I'm hoping things have changed because that's why Marty Scurll's not in AEW.
Right.
Because he got a very lucrative deal. He's.
Yeah, we talked about this.
He's more or less now in charge, I think.
Right.
Yes, we did talk about this.
We did talk about this in a previous edition of Blitzkrieg.
And that's all we have for Blitzkrieg, this hour and a half. Blitzkrieg.
All right, Nation. So, big Clone Wars episode. We're going to start that right now. We don't have a RudeBoyz catch-up because it's all been Clone Wars. We've been binging the fuck out of Clone Wars. We've been consuming Clone Wars transmedia properties, as at least I have been. And we'll talk about that.
Okay.
But let's talk about the show proper, Tommy.
Yes.
So we are both pretty much in the same ballpark.
Uh-huh.
We're both in season 6.
Yep,
Both early in season
just
6.
about started, yeah.
I'm in like episode 5 or something like that.
Okay.
I did the first arc, I think. Maybe there was another episode. I don't remember. But we're going to talk about pretty much early season 6 stuff. So we didn't get that far. Obviously, we didn't complete it. You're not going to hear any spoilers about season 7.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in the upcoming episodes. But let's talk about Clone Wars from the get-go. So obviously, it portrays the fictional Clone Wars in the fictional Star Wars. The little bit of history: the Clone Wars was first mentioned in Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. Just by some bullshit line that Luke Skywalker said to Obi-Wan, like, you fought the Clone Wars? Blah, blah, blah. And I think Leia said it too.
Pod racing.
That's not the right one.
Well, no, you always use that voice,
right?
Like when you do that.
Well, it's a family thing, I guess. It's a young Skywalker thing, I guess.
You sound like a little bitch,
right? Yeah. Again, a little passing line that then big old George Lucas, that baby boy, he was like, let's show the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And the Clone Wars started in, oddly enough, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Whoa! Holy cow! There you go, George Lucas. That's for you, buddy. That goes on for too goddamn long. And a little bit of more back history. So when Episode 2 and 3 came out in 2001 and 2003, respectfully. I will say probably wrong. That's probably
we are
wrong.
in the
We're in the battlefield right now.
We are
Sorry
in
for
the trenches now.
We are in the trenches. Because Clone Wars has.
Yes.
There was a animated shorts.
Yes.
Set of shorts
Done by the guy who did Samurai Jack.
Yeah, Genndy Tartakovsky. He was
Samurai Jack.
Yes, the guy and Dexter's Lab. Can't forget that. He did, and he does a show Primal on Adult Swim now. I know we talked about it at some point. Yeah, okay. But it was a Cell 2D animated thing, and it would lead right up to Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, it was 2 minutes long.
Right. Once Revenge of the Sith came out, George Lucas was like, you know what? Let's do it again. So now he came out with the CG stuff. Started off with a CG movie, which everyone always forgets when they're talking about their theatrical Star Wars movies. That, hey, guess what? There was a CG one. And this is where you're introduced to, obviously, the Episode 2 and 3 versions of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Padme, all these characters, C-3PO, R2-D2,
Yep.
and you're introduced with some new characters, too. Mainly, Ahsoka Tano.
Damn right.
So Anakin, because of the pressure of the Clone Wars, Anakin, who is not a master, and actually never will be,
we're gonna get
gains a Padawan.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the Jedi Council and how I feel about them.
Sure. So we're introduced with this character, and before we get into the meat of it, I gotta think we have to tip our hats. I'm wearing a hat, but Tom has a presumed hat.
I'll tip my hood.
Tip the hood. Put the hood up.
The Jedi hood.
Oh my God, who is this? It's a different person because he's wearing a hood. Oh my God, it's some dark Jedi master. Oh my God, said everyone on Clone Wars ever. Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is the executive producer. He's like this is his brainchild.
Yeah.
He, I mean, obviously, as someone who's a showrunner, has a minimal to a maximum amount of effort put into every episode.
Yep.
But he is the person who oversees this whole thing. He has his hands in Star Wars Rebels. He has his hands in Star Wars Resistance. He was
directed
a couple characters.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, he was a couple voices on Mandalorian. He was, I think, one of the X-wing pilots in that one episode of Mandalorian.
Yeah, I think he also directed one or two episodes.
I believe so too. Yeah, so he is definitely one of the names. He was picked by George Lucas to basically show run this stuff, and he just kind of ran with it.
Sure.
So tip of the hat to you, Dave Filoni. Am I saying your name right? Filoni. Dave Filoni.
Not a phony.
Potato. Dave Filoni, not a phony. I like that. So yes, Clone Wars. Let's talk the characters. So Ahsoka Tano. I originally did not like her. Because I felt like she was very, again, oh my God, I'm going to sound like a fucking jaded Star Wars fan. She's a little Mary Sue-ish. But when I got into the series more, you got to realize this was for kids. Mm-hmm. You need a character that the younger generation can gravitate to.
Sure.
So who better than a young Jedi?
Yep.
Who's a great pilot, a great swords
fighter.
Because
of who her master is.
Because of who her master is. And I also, I like to think, I don't know if this is canon or not, but I like to also think that, she's just very strong in the Force. Because as a Padawan, she's kicking ass. You know what I mean? She's hanging with General Grievous and Dooku and Maul. Yeah. She's doing all that stuff. And again, at first I didn't like it because it was just like the way she was portrayed as at that age.
Okay.
But season 3 onward, I'm really digging.
Oh yeah.
Because the Clone Wars changes a lot of these characters. I mean, obviously we know what happens to Obi-Wan and Anakin in episode 2 and episode 3.
Things are fine.
Everything's fine. It's like that fucking meme with the dog.
Yeah.
Everything's on fire. This is fine.
They opened up a bar together on Tatooine.
Exactly. Absolutely. They had a great time with that four-armed Dexter guy in episode 2. But anyway, we should have watched those. Anyway,
the movies.
But, yeah, at least just like the.
Yeah.
I should probably kind of wanna. Yeah. But yeah, we talk about the Clone Wars changed people, and you see Anakin. Obviously, it almost seems like he's manipulated to the dark side way easier because of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, I was coming into the show and I didn't want to see Jedi bullshit. I wanted to see clones all the time. I really dug the Jedi lightsaber-y stuff. You know what I mean? I dug that.
Yeah.
What I don't like is the fucking Senate bullshit, but we'll talk about that.
Oh my God, the Senate bullshit is so bad.
Yes. But Ahsoka Tano,
yeah,
she definitely becomes jaded at the end of season 5.
Oh man.
Obviously, she's basically expelled from the Jedi Council.
Yeah.
She is invited to return, but she's just like, no, it's the Jedi is not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like, and that real, like, I was sitting there watching that, and I was just like, fuck the Jedi, man. Like, because they did it, and Anakin was just like, but you're, like, Anakin was the only one who didn't lose faith in Ahsoka.
Sure, yeah, because who knows better than her master?
Yeah. You know, even though she did feel betrayed when he was, like, leading the hunt for her.
Right, but
because he wanted to make sure that they weren't going to shoot to kill.
Exactly.
Like, he made sure that those weapons were on stun, at least.
Right.
And then, like...
Very powerful couple of episodes.
Yeah. Like, that, and that's why...
I think those, like, the highest rated ones.
I hesitated going into season 6, because I was just like... That was heavy, because I need to... And then I watched episode 1 of season 6. I was like, this is too heavy for after what I just watched.
Right.
Because I need to take that. I really need to take that in. And I do believe she is... I think she becomes like the girl.
Don't say Grey Jedi. You always say that.
I will say Grey Jedi.
Don't say Grey Jedi. She becomes a Jedi Sentinel. That is the phrase. That she is basically uses the Force for, I don't want to say for her own ways, but she is a vessel of the Force.
Right.
She doesn't fight for good, fight for evil. She fights for the Force. Excuse me. Jesus fucking
Christ.
The droids are battling down on us.
Seriously, god damn. That is
Get out of here, you damn droids.
You damn dirty clankers.
Well, that's a good segue to talk about the clones. You know?
Yeah.
The weapon, the tool for the Republic is the clone army. Man, the Clone Wars are just fucked up when you really think about it, because it's all just fucking Palpatine's bullshit, man.
Oh my god. And this series makes you feel for the clones, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it really does. You're like,
get out of here, Siri.
It's like you're just being
Nation.
You're just
the droids.
They're just being used.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's just like,
which is definitely, I mean, something as the Clone Wars go on. Like, you know. So we'll talk about some of the clones. We'll talk about Rex. Rex is probably one of the biggest, like,
Rex and
original. Cody, we see what happened. Cody shows up in episode 3, and he tries to fucking kill Obi-Wan when he executes.
Oh, really? See, we really should have watched.
Yeah, I mean, Cody. Yeah,
2.
But Rex, I don't believe you've seen any of the theatrical, again, the live action movies.
Right. Okay.
But Rex is Anakin's guy, his commander. His commander Cody.
Yeah, his commander. Yeah.
So he's his commander.
Rex.
His Rex. Yes. Is it Commander Rex or General?
I think he's Commander Rex because Anakin's General Skywalker.
Okay. Right. Commander Tano. Right. Yeah. Military rank titles always throw me for a loop.
Titles throw me for a loop.
So Rex. Rex is pretty cool. Rex is definitely like like I said, the OC Clone Wars clone. You know, like he is the guy. He is the fucking best.
Yes.
He's, like I said, Anakin's right hand man. Obviously, with the exception of Ahsoka and shit like that.
Yep.
Rex is cool, and
all of Rex's like guys underneath him respect him.
Absolutely,
and,
yeah.
You know, because you have Fives,
right?
Who
Mark Trooper from Domino Squad. So yeah, Rex and Echo and
we can't
Fives and stuff. Yeah, no, we can't. It's all good. The droids, they're shooting down the battles.
Yep.
Shooting down the battles. That's good. We speak English good.
Oh my god.
So, but you're right. You feel for the clones because one of my things. I don't want to bring up the clone saga from Spider-Man because we talk about Spider-Man too much. Excuse me. You can talk, Tom. I'm sorry. You can vamp.
I wanted to know where you were going. You brought in.
You feel for the clones because the whole concept of a clone is that it's an artificial human being.
Yeah.
So when you get into episodes, I don't want to spoil anything, but in season 6, they really get into the whole clone thing, where it's like clones. What are they? Are they human beings with thoughts and emotions and feelings, which you get a little bit in the season, in the early seasons.
They also kind of explain it in episode 2 when Obi-Wan goes to Camino.
Right.
Like, you know, they're like, they're weapons.
Right, exactly. Like, but now you start feeling for them.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And you know what's weird is that obviously they all have the same face because it's all Jango Fett. But every time you see Jango Fett, in like a picture or something like that, you see like they pull up his DNA or something like that, and you see Jango Fett, it's just like, that's so goddamn weird. It's the same face I've been saying. But I like they give some of the clones
Have,
different
like,
armor,
tattoos,
haircuts.
Yeah.
I think like Rex almost like a bleach blonde look or something
Yeah,
like that.
like bleach
or he's
blonde,
shaved
like,
to the
shaved,
scalp.
yeah.
Fives has a little 5 tattooed on him.
Yep.
There's a character Tup who comes in season
Who's
6.
got the
like,
tear.
the teardrop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Echo had the handprint or something like that.
Yeah, and then you had...
Which I thought that was 5's, but 5
you would
fingers.
think, yeah. What 5 say to the face? Slap.
What did 5 say to the face?
Slap.
5 fingers say to the face.
Yeah, you know what I meant. That's what
Alright.
counts.
No, the clones. But you start feeling for them because they have an identity crisis.
Yeah.
They're soldiers, yes. Are they property? Are they animals? Are they just... They're lab creations, you know what I mean?
Well, they also...
And a lot of clones have a hard time coming to grips with that.
Yeah, and then you see some clones who were able to break away from the Republic.
Right.
Like,
There's
one, the one when Rex got hurt.
Yep.
And he's brought to this house, and the little girl's like, "Oh, you look like my dad."
Right.
And it's a clone that broke away.
Right.
And Rex was just like, "I got to bring you in for court martial," and they, we're kind of having a difference of philosophies.
Exactly. Yes.
And in the long run, Rex is just like, "Yeah, that's the life that I would want if I could
he
have
had
it."
the choice.
And then in season 5, during a wonderful R2D2 episode. I love R2.
Right.
Episodes revolving around him, not so much.
Yeah, we were talking about that, how, like, I didn't want Jedi stuff, I wanted clone stuff. I don't want droid stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the droid stuff.
Well, I did like... Well,
I like it when the droids intermingle.
I'm going to get into
but, like, that
some
was
other
all
some
droids all
droid
the time,
stuff. Yeah, except for that little creature.
Yeah, I was not okay with that.
And then they show another clone who was amnesic.
Right.
Who, I think he ended up being a commando.
Yeah,
he was a commando.
He was a Republic commando,
Yep.
which I'm not talking about. I think it was Gregor, I think his name was.
Yeah.
But he had, you're right, amnesia and stuff like that. But you do see that.
Yeah.
And that I like. And again, the Clone Wars, for better or worse, when they talk about philosophy like that, and before you go to sleep, is important. I mean, it's real life shit. You got people trying to war profiteer, which again sounds boring as fuck, but it's like, that's real life, or that is real concepts that happen. That's real philosophies. Like, you got the banking clan who's basically making hand over fist over on both sides.
Yeah.
You got the Caminoans, the people from Camino, who
The
obviously
Longnecks.
want the war to continue because they're making money producing these clones.
Yep.
Right?
Agree.
When you would think that, like, oh no, they're part of the Republic, they don't want this war. Well, they kind of fucking want the war.
Yeah.
And then you got, like, Padme and Bail Organa who just want peace. Like, okay, that's pretty cut and
then you
dry.
have
But, like,
Chancellor
at what?
Palpatine, who's
Playing both
just
motherfucking sides. This
every time
jabroni.
every time he shows up on screen, I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, I say that every fucking time he shows up. I'm like, this motherfucker.
But I think it illuminates his character way more because
Yes,
I really want to read more. I don't want to read more about him. I want to read more about his, like, where was he when he came up with this idea? Like, obviously, as a Sith, he needed to distract the Jedi.
Yep.
And the Clone Wars did that. He needed to put the Republic into some sort of crisis mode, which he did with introducing Dooku and the Separatists.
Yep.
So when all that shit went down in Episode 3, he was able to be like, all right, I'm here. I'm rebuilding the pieces as the Galactic Empire. Motherfucker did it, man.
Yeah. I mean, but...
All the way up to Episode 9, for better or worse.
Yeah.
The true Phantom Menace, one would say.
Phantom Menace.
Why? Why would you say that?
Because it's funny, and it's good for a chuckle.
Yep. Okay, fine. I'll give you that, Nation. All right.
But yeah,
All right, Nation, you got it. Nation, stop. God,
but
damn,
the clone. Yes, it was. The clones are they're so good, especially like Rex and like, and it's and then you see some clones and you're just like, shit, you guys might be the first ones that might do Order 66. Like the ones who were like the ones who were running the prison that Ahsoka was in.
Right.
And it was just like, they just wanted to shoot to kill.
There was something about that. Keep talking.
Because they're like, oh, she killed our brothers, and it's just like, no, she did it. Like,
right,
your
but
fucking
that was
stupid eyes.
I mean, we'll talk about some of the episodes, but you're right. Yeah, some of those. I mean, some of the clones are cut and dry. Like, this is what's up, man. Like, you're breaking the law.
Yeah, and boom,
and you killed some of our brothers. presumably, but whatever. Like, you know, again, imagine this culture, the clones are like millions of brothers.
Yeah.
They all came from the same one person, and like, again, better or worse, they grew up together, they trained together, they fought together, they died together. That concept is, when they develop it with Rex and the Domino Squad, and in presumably the Bad Batch in season 7, which is like the fucking renegade clones.
Right,
you love that shit. I love that shit.
You know, let's talk about they grew up together, they trained together. The episodes where Boba Fett shows up when he's with a bunch of trainees,
right?
And you're what? And he's trying, and he wants to kill Mace Windu because Mace is the one that killed Jango Fett in episode 2.
Yep.
Which I still would have loved to have seen Jango's head just slip out when he picked it.
Well, you saw it fly when it's like a shadow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, again, we should have watched them. And you know, when he's in that escape pod with like the other
kid clones,
you know, the other kid clones, and you're just like, and he was gonna leave him to die, and he was just like, dude, you're a little shit. And then you see him pop up again as like leader of bounty hunter group.
Yeah. Which is cool. Like, so we'll talk about real quick the how it marries up the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy.
Okay.
So like when it brings in characters like Boba Fett, obviously he was a kid at that time, but when it brings in like other bounty hunters like Bosk and Dengar, I dig, because it's like those guys had a fucking blip of screen time in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I like that one bounty hunter, the chick with the antenna.
Or a Sing. She was a blip in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh yeah, let's revolve a couple episodes around her. I'm like, okay, sure. She's got some weird fucking bird hands though.
She got bird. I'm trying to figure out what you would do with your hands.
No, because she got a weird.
You're like bird hands.
But like they bring characters like that, and they talk about, they have Admiral Akbar, right? Well, maybe not an admiral at the time, but Akbar, Tarkin. Like that stuff's pretty cool, man. Tarkin's a fucking
dirty
dick, but Tarkin
motherfucker.
was always a fucking dick.
Like it was.
Just ask Krennic. You can't, because he killed him. Also, you can't ask Tarkin because he's dead. Also, all these things happened a long time ago, so they're all
in a galaxy far, far away.
Exactly. Yes. But yeah, when they introduced Tarkin, that was fucking cool. I like shit like that. Like when they like. One of the biggest times I popped in episode 2, the movie, was when the Geonosians had the plans for the Death Star.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck, that's right. Like, there it is. Like, they had the plans right there. That was fucking cool. Like, when they, I hate to use this phrase again, tip the hat to the original trilogy, and they have characters like that pop up. Chewbacca was in a couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I dig stuff like that, man.
Yeah, Chewbacca went like when Ahsoka's being hunted.
Yes, by the Trandoshans.
Yes, thank you. I can't remember the species
big old
names.
Lizard people,
yeah.
Big old lizard boys.
Big old lizard boys. Like I saw Chewbacca's, Chewie.
Yeah.
Like it was so badass.
Could have been literally any other Wookiee, but they made a Chewbacca. So
absolutely,
I dig that stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jabba has been in the mix.
Yep.
I like the Hutts, the whole concept of the Hutts. I've always liked that stuff because, like, obviously you had in the original trilogy, you're good, the Rebel Alliance and the Galactic Empire on opposite sides. But you got to think about it, like, you got criminals, you've got like bad people, bounty hunters. Like, that's always what I've loved about Star Wars.
They're not good people.
That's always what I've loved about Star Wars. I mean, bounty hunter wise, they introduced Cad Bane into the show.
Yeah. I mean,
Cad Bane
he's
is an interesting character. I don't think gets really enough like due.
He's not that interesting. He's very cut and dry.
Right, but I like he's got a good look. You know, like the fucking cowboy hat. Yeah.
Little
double blasters.
Yeah, but you know what?
Rocket boots. Like,
I mean, when you say interesting, it's just like, wow, that character grew. He was very like.
He might have been in 8 episodes.
Yeah,
but like, I was like, all right, cool, Cad Bane. All right, I'm down with you.
Yeah. Sure. He was cool.
Yeah. I think it's hard for a show like this to really have like the bad guys win, because obviously we know what happens.
Yeah.
But it seems like on the battlefield, the good guys always win. The Jedi, the Republic, whomever is not fighting the bad guys wins. However, in the Senate, it always seems like the bad guys win, because obviously Palpatine is manipulating the whole fucking shebang.
Dance, puppets.
But that one snooze arc of the Senate trying to find more money for the clones, blah, blah, blah,
God.
blah. And guess what happens anyway? There's more clones. So Padme fails, but, you know, obviously the Clone Wars keep perpetuating.
God. Senate
But
episodes.
that's how it seems like it rolls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was just my opinion. So it's kind of hard to get bad guys to I guess, get a good rub because they're going to get beat. We could segue, though, bounty hunters. Who becomes a bounty hunter, Tom?
Asajj Ventress.
Right, the fallen apprentice of Count Dooku.
Which, okay, Count Dooku in this, man, you see so much more of him. I sit there and I'm just like, holy shit.
Like, Count Dooku's an interesting character.
Yeah,
like,
isn't it?
you just think it's like, oh, it's Christopher Lee doing Christopher Lee stuff.
Yeah.
Like, damn, like, he was disenfranchised with the Jedi. So, I mean, this is all not really explained in Clone Wars, but he thought the Jedi was like, this isn't what the Jedi Council should be. So he left the Jedi Council. He kind of became Count Dooku.
Yep.
He was just known as Dooku or some shit. I don't fucking know. But he became Count Dooku. Investigated the dark side a little more. Got in touch, or vice versa, with Darth Sidious. Became his apprentice after Darth Maul died. And then was like, all right, here's the deal. I want you to...
Died.
I want you to... Yeah, right? I want you to fight a war against the Republic.
And the Jedi.
And the Jedi, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So I want you to lead a certain amount of systems to rebel against the Republic, which is a weird backwards thinking because like we're basically rooting for the Empire.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And we're cheering for the stormtroopers.
And when you look at the ships, you're like, that's a Star Destroyer.
Exactly. Yes.
That's a TIE fighter.
Yep. That's an AT-AT.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, I was like, wow, I love all of this, but God, they're just going to be instruments of genocide.
Exactly.
And it's just sucks.
Well, I mean, they were never good shots when the Empire came into power.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened.
They're clones, baby. Once they get rid of the clones, they
Yeah.
get rid of their fucking accuracy. Let me tell you.
But yeah, no, Count, and then Count Dooku ends up bringing Asajj Ventress into the dark side.
Which they touch about in like her arc in like season 4 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
which
like
we're gonna go a little more into her.
Yeah.
Like
she was like a bit of a fallen Jedi
I want
herself.
to. Well, she was a fallen Jedi because her master
died,
was murdered.
Yes.
And I think Dooku scooped her up.
I think that's what
so it's not like she fell from the order.
Right.
She was lost because she was just kind of like.
That's a good.
I never finished my training.
Yes.
Crap.
And I mean, the dark side is alluring to a lot of people, just like what happens with Anakin and in Revenge of the Sith.
Absolutely. So and then she, and then Darth Sidious is just like,
classic Darth Sidious.
Dooku. She's getting way too hot, way too powerful. You got to axe her.
Yeah.
So he
prove to me you're loyal.
Yeah.
And get rid of your apprentice.
Which she was a little reluctant. He was a little reluctant at first, but then he was like, fuck it.
I think Count Dooku is loyal to Sidious because he knows where he's at. I don't think he was planning anything. But it was still kind of jarring to be like Sidious to be like, I don't trust you. Get rid of her.
Yeah.
And
Agreed. So then you see in her arc, she gets killed, and she ends up crash landing onto Dathomir.
Right.
Which those episodes,
you know what? Dathomir got redeemed in my eyes after Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Yes, I appreciate a lot more the Night Sisters. I like that now. Even you got to see the fucking zombies.
Yeah, you did.
Honestly, if I was to watch this before playing Jedi Fallen Order, I probably would have been like, oh yeah, that's. I would have probably liked Dathomir a lot more. But Dathomir was garbage in my eyes in Jedi Fallen Order. But now I'm like, okay, cool. I dig what you're doing. You're basically, you have the Force. You're Force sensitive, but it's more of a magical sense. Yes.
Yeah. So he, they try to assassinate Dooku. Dooku thinks it's Jedi.
Which was cool. Again, I like seeing the Dooku stuff.
Yeah. And then they are like, all right, we need someone now. Go to Dooku as someone who wants to be trained in the dark side. So let's go to the men's village.
Right.
So they go to the men's village, and they all have the horns. They
right.
all
they're, I think the species is like Zabrak or something.
Yeah,
like that. The Darth Maul.
The Darth Maul
horns. Head horns.
Head horns. Yes.
Yes.
So Savage
Opress, which is
Savage
like
Opress.
man, that name.
He ends up being picked because he has, go through.
He's the best pick of the litter.
Yeah, they do some witchy stuff, and they just make him a monster.
Right.
And his horns get bigger, and like
he's a beast. He's an absolute murder machine.
He has the double lightsaber,
which is revealed that his brother is Darth Maul.
Yes,
who is alive, which I think is something else that Clone Wars adapted from the comics.
Redeemed, yeah,
and definitely redeemed. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about a little bit about Maul too. Like, I think Maul's... It's kind of hard, again, to have, like, a really cool character in Episode 1 get completely iced and then bring him back. But you can't really give him that many victories because, obviously, he doesn't show up in the original trilogy. He doesn't show up in Episode 3, in Revenge of the Sith or Attack of the Clones. Well, this happens between, I'm sorry. He doesn't show up in Revenge of the Sith, so what can you do with him? You know what I mean? He had a little cameo in Solo, which I might want to just take a look at.
Which I also really enjoy.
Star Wars, baby.
Which I really enjoy that, like, they were like, at one point when Darth Maul and Savage are running around after they, like, Darth Maul gets rid of, like, the spider legs, and his legs are all, like,
he's got two legs now.
Yeah. And Darth Maul's like, we're not Jedi, we're crime lords, and I was like, oh, that's part of, oh boy,
and that's a good avenue to take. Like we were saying earlier, like you have your good, you have your evil, and then you have your just like, let's fuck shit up, man. Like you got the pirates, you got the space pirates, you got the crime lords, the Hutts, Black Sun,
and they're just so focused on wanting to take Obi-Wan out,
right?
Because Obi-Wan's the one that cut Darth Maul in half.
Yep.
When they have that one fight with Obi-Wan and that one other Jedi, I can't remember her name.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And she
little DMX. There's a lot of noise going here.
Noise
at the battlefield.
Yeah. They, when she disarms him, and then all of a sudden, Savage Opress just headbutts her with his horns, and I'm like, holy shit.
For a kid's show, man. Like,
the thing that I was surprised to see was, like, again, it's a kid's show, but, like, you figured, like, he would pull back and there would just be, like, blood coming.
But no, you don't see
again, it's a kid's show. Yeah. Another cool, nope, that was with Grievous.
Grievous, I gotta say, Grievous gets a lot of screen time too, which is good because, again, he only showed up in Revenge of the Sith at the time. Obviously, he was a little bit... No, it wasn't an Attack of the Clones.
You're right.
But you definitely see a lot of his stuff. He's fucking brutal, man. Like, he basically... We were talking about the Night Sisters earlier. Like, he led the raid against the Night Sisters.
And he murdered them all.
Killing them all. And he ends up killing... In a comic book, we'll talk about this later, he ends up killing Mother Talzin.
Oh, shit.
So she's dead and gone. But Grievous I like. Grievous had... I want to talk about... And I didn't think I'd ever say this... When the Gungans fight General Grievous, I thought was so cool.
Yeah.
Because it was just so, like, I didn't need to see that, but I did, and I'm like, all right, I was impressed. I did. Yeah. He kills the fucking, the Gungan general, who was in Episode 1, and so that was their little send-off for him, but then he gets captured by the Gungans. I'm like, what the, like, okay, cool. Like, that's great. Like, stuff like that shows that he isn't invincible, but... but he's cool. The fucking just the fucking every time he snaps his arms open and he gets the 2 extra arms and he does his fucking spider walk. Like I'm big for that. Man.
And in
I
the
like
movie,
that shit.
in the movie,
that's me.
In the movie, his cough was because George Lucas had bronchitis.
Right. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. And that was explained in the animated the cell animated one.
Okay.
Because what happens is. This is all not canon, legends technically. What happens is the last episode of the the cartoon,
the Samurai Jack one.
The Samurai Jack one. Thank you. The Samurai Jack one. He captures the Chancellor Palpatine, because that's what happens in the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. And as he's escaping, Mace Windu tries to grab him, like force grab him. crushes his chest.
Yes. Yeah,
which
yeah.
then gives him the raspy cough, breathing. Yeah, exactly.
One of the coolest things was, you know, it involves Grievous, and you mentioned the pirates, like Hondo and his crew. When season 5, when
with the younglings and shit.
Yeah, like how you know, Sokka's trying to get, you know, like training them, brings them to get the Kyber crystals,
Right.
And I think that's just gonna make it worse.
I don't know.
You know, and then they're trying to make their own lightsaber.
Right.
They're trying to make their own lightsabers.
The guns, they've stopped.
And for now, I can sleep in peace.
Yeah, they're trying to make their own lightsaber, which is something that hasn't been touched on.
No, and that was
Star
cool
Wars
to see.
media.
Yeah, that was cool to see.
I mean,
and
like, comics. And
you had the one girl who couldn't do it.
Right.
And Hondo was just like, little one, you could do this. Like, I was like, that's...
Hondo had a good...
I was like, Hondo,
Hondo,
you're my favorite bad guy.
For someone who could have just been there for like an episode or two episodes, like he shows up pretty frequently. Yeah. And every time...
like, you know, when they needed weapons...
sent to the rebels.
To the rebels.
Well, yeah, the rebels. They were rebels.
You know, they were like, all right, yeah, don't worry, we got this covered.
Right,
and like they call him, they're like, all right, well, where are my credits? Yeah, here you go. Okay, see ya, boom.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
No, I Hondo might be one of my favorite like side characters.
Hondo, I think, has a couple appearances in the other animated.
Oh yeah,
so he's around a bit.
But we've really got sidetracked because we were talking about Asajj Ventress.
That is true. Yes.
So she ends up. After she gets...
Tangency episode. It's all Star Wars, though. So it's
yeah, after she gets... after her people get decimated...
She becomes a bounty hunter.
Basically. She becomes a bounty hunter, and she ends up actually working with Ahsoka.
Oh, yes. Ahsoka at the end of season 5.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she works with Boba Fett, but she doesn't respect... Like, she double-crosses them.
Absolutely,
and manages to get away with all the credits.
Sure. I think there's a couple of Asajj Ventress stories out there. I know in the when Clone Wars was kind of winding down in like 2013, let's say, a lot of the unused story arcs were repurposed elsewhere. So there's a book called Dark Disciple, which deals with Asajj Ventress and what the fuck is his name?
The surfer dude.
Yeah, Quinlan Vos.
Yeah.
So that was going to be an arc, but they took that story, moved it on to there.
But that's not canon now, right? Is it considered canon?
I don't know. It's possible.
Because I was reading about that, I was like, I kind of want to...
Right. Well, I mean, we could talk about non-canon stuff, but I just want to say, like, a lot of the stuff was repurposed. What happens with Darth Maul after he gets captured by Darth Sidious, that's something... That fucking dog scared the shit out of me. Sorry. That happens in the graphic novel Darth Maul, Son of Dathomir.
Okay.
Which was at the time published by Dark Horse, and now it's assumed by
a Marvel
Marvel
property.
Is it canon? I don't know, but it does kind of still pick up the pieces from what happens from with Darth Maul at that point, and it kills off Mother Talzin and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool read. I read it on Kindle for free.
Nice.
And I think some of the other things, obviously season 7 is out, so some of the stuff is going to pop up in there. Some of the stuff came up in Rebels, but I mean, the Clone Wars legacy, that lives on.
Yeah. The really cool thing is when you see Asajj Ventress and Obi-Wan fighting side by side.
Yes, that was
And it was weird seeing Obi-Wan with a red lightsaber.
That was weird.
I was just
they
like,
all had red lightsabers too, which was very weird.
I was like, that's fucking weird seeing him. You know, and also you seeing Obi-Wan get into a Mandalorian uniform. That was weird too.
The fucking clankers, my god.
Sorry.
So, all right, so we really did touch a little bit about Savage Opress, the Asajj Ventress. Those are some weird, similar names.
Yeah.
Tom, I know you want to talk about Saw Gerrera, and how much you liked him in this, as opposed to being completely useless.
He actually did stuff
in Rogue One and Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, because you know, in that story arc, you kind of have like the you have a bit of a love triangle going on.
And a sibling rivalry as well.
Sibling rivalry.
There's a lot of stuff going on in that in those couple episodes. So yeah, Saw Gerrera not useless in Tom's eyes.
No, he actually...
It was a good arc. A good arc.
Yeah, he actually took tanks out.
Yeah.
He took you know, he was actually being a leader and not just being like, hey, do this side quest for me.
Well, yeah.
Thanks. Or like, and that was even in Rogue One. It was just like, yeah, you gotta do this.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's like, dude, you're so useless.
I guess it would have probably been cool if we saw this Saw Gerrera before we saw that Saw Gerrera.
Yes, I agree.
We would have liked it a lot more. The same thing with Dathomir, like I said earlier. Probably the same thing with the Mandalorians. So when they first introduced Mandalore with Duchess Satine, I was so goddamn bored. Because it was definitely a political heavy episode. It was talking about the neutrality of the system. And then Death Watch I thought was just so completely uninteresting that like I was just like, I don't really care. But
then the black
it got better.
Then the black saber comes into play.
The dark saber, yes. And it got better. Because
Yeah.
like the Mandalorians became more soldiery, more like hit squad than just like we're gonna fight the power. Like it was just kind of dumb in my eyes. I wish that, you know what's funny? When we were watching Mandalorian, and then no one removes their helmet because this is the way. Everyone's taking their fucking helmet off.
Yeah.
That fucking
it's not that.
Mandalorian
Yeah, it's not
culture.
the way.
Yeah, I want to know more about that. I'm sure there's some reason why. Maybe it's like it's just a different subculture.
Sure.
Hence also why maybe the armor's all different.
Yeah.
In the Mandalorian, the show, everyone has their own separate armor versus everyone looks like goddamn Jango Fett in this one. Though when Maul assumes the leadership of Death Watch, and I think it's just the Shadow Collective or some shit he calls it, they all kind of adopt more of a black and red color scheme. That's really cool. And in the comic I read, some of them do actually have like they put horns on their helmet. You see that I think in
I think some
episodes.
of them had horns on their helmet.
But you see it more prominent.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
That was really cool when he assumed control of Mandalore, where he was just like, all right, now go rule my people.
Sure.
And I was like, oh shit.
It's so weird because, like, I mean, coming from Phantom Menace, you wouldn't ever pick Darth Maul to be like, oh yeah, no, this is
big
he's
fucking
smart
crime
like
lord.
This is what he's about. You just think
we didn't get that. We didn't get to
You just think he's a weapon of the Sith. That's it. But again, it is very cool. He's a fan favorite character, so I'm glad they brought him back.
When and then him and Obi-Wan are having a fight, like the final showdown for, like, you know, I guess Mandalore's soul, essentially. And he's just like, I want you to suffer the way I did. And then he just fucking puts the Darksaber right through Satine. I was like, I did not see that shit coming at all. And then they fight. You find out that the second in command of Death Watch before they all separated, some went with Darth Maul, some of them didn't. The one that is leading the ones that went their own way was actually Satine's sister.
Right, yes.
Which was cool.
Yep. You know what? A lot of lack of emotion in the show sometimes. Like Obi-Wan just saw his love interest get killed. I understand he's a Jedi, and I understand he's separated those feelings for the best that he can, as any human being can. But I mean, you know, a kid show, like, I don't know, show some tears.
Maybe make that throne room shake a little bit with the Force.
That's what I was expecting, man.
So did I.
Like, I mean, coming from like an anime Dragon Ball Z perspective, like again, he doesn't have to go complete like dark side.
Just see the windows like
start shaking and just maybe push everyone away. You know what I mean? Like that would have been cool, but again, not really Obi-Wan-ish. Also, like really, he really recovered pretty well too. Like you didn't see him like when he was beat up in what arc was that? You know what I'm talking about? He was
when
beat up
Anakin
and
becomes a
the slave arc. Yes, which I think that was adapted from some comics. He's beat up. He's broken.
Yeah.
Like I would have liked to have seen that, especially to give more weight to Maul killing off Satine. But what are you gonna do? Obviously, this obviously all gets resolved in Rebels, which I won't spoil. But it's really cool. The voice actor from who voiced Obi-Wan. Either because I think there's two different voice actors, because obviously he's someone's doing a Ewan McGregor voice and someone's doing a Sir Alec Guinness voice. I forget which voice actor did it, but they were talking about his entire arc, Obi-Wan's arc, especially in the animated, in between Clone Wars and Rebels.
Nice.
It's really it's a really good illuminating
Yeah,
talk.
I'm definitely gonna probably be
I think
diving
Rebels
into
is definitely something we're gonna be
probably
hitting up next.
after season 7's
I'm
done.
thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Because I don't want anything to get spoiled for me.
I like that.
So
I like that.
and then we'll do a whole episode on Rebels.
Yep. So we'll just talk about some arcs right now. I mean, we're going real long, but
Yeah.
I know you wanted to talk about Pon Creel. He was the
my
forearm Jedi.
God.
It's season 4 stuff. I dug that so hard because you want to talk about philosophy with the clones.
Yeah.
Anakin is fighting alongside these clones like brothers.
All of a sudden, yeah, and then all of a sudden he's called back. He's called back to Coruscant.
Right.
And Creel takes over.
Right.
And he just hates clones.
Yeah, it's almost like borderline racist.
Borderline?
I mean, he's not like...
Dude, it's straight up specious.
He definitely views the clones
as less than
property, as you're my weapon, you're disposable.
Yeah.
Just throw men at it to solve the problem.
Yeah.
And then he turns out he kind of falls from grace from the Jedi Order. He sees the writing on the wall, which again, when you see stuff like that, you're like, yeah, you're right. The Jedi are gonna die.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. But I wonder what happened. Didn't they get killed? He got killed, right?
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, the other clone.
The one clone who was like siding with him hardcore
because he realized he's like, you're on the wrong side.
He put a blaster in his head.
Guess what, baby? You're all on the wrong side.
Yeah.
But I really like that arc. We talked about it earlier, like the Admiral Akbar stuff. Like, I didn't like it. It was kind of like, I don't know. I wish it was maybe an episode shorter.
Beginning of season 4
or
5?
I don't remember.
But like,
I think maybe 4.
Yeah, when that shark blows up and you just see his head float, I'm like, oh fuck.
You know what? You got to give it up to the design team, because like, I don't know who are the good guys, the humans or the Tarantula Man. Who's the bad guy in this?
Tarantula Man.
You know what I mean? You got a Panther guy. You've got Senator Dracula. You've got the Shark Man, like we just said. Like, who could be the bad guy? It's like, they're the fucking vicious animals.
I know we shit on the Senate episodes, but like the one where like the Greedo looking senator gets killed,
right?
And you find out that it was like, I guess his wife
aide or something like that.
Or an aide that did it because like she kind of believes in what the separatists are doing.
Right. Rodians. Yes, Rodians.
Yeah.
Big time nerd.
Scumbags.
What do you have?
Also,
Greedo show? Yeah, Greedo was in an episode.
Yeah.
That's right. Cy Snoodles. Let's talk about Cy fucking Snoodles. The singer in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi kills Zero the Hutt.
Yeah.
Like, what? She's a fucking killer. That person that... oh my god.
That's why she's allowed to be where she is, because Jabba favors her, probably.
Sure, yeah. But like that person is a murderer.
Yeah.
That person. What?
Another arc that I really liked, and again, this is an R2 arc, when he gets his own, like, little squadron of droids.
Yeah. The one you didn't like, right?
No, of, like, Federation droids. The Roger.
Oh, yes.
Like when he gets his own, when he gets like I kind of like that.
That was
cool. No, the one I didn't like was the one where they were on
season 5 one.
Season 5 where they were the Void Planet, and I was like, this is stupid.
That was something that went on for a little too long.
Oh my, that dude, I fell asleep during that arc, and then I woke up and I see Darth Maul. I was like, okay, let me just splash some water and. All right, I can get back into this.
Right, yeah, because there's no reason Darth Maul should be in this one.
Yeah.
I think when Obi-Wan fakes his death, we were talking about that a little bit, right? Yeah, and it's like big, heavy bounty hunter.
That was a heavy storyline, and like
Obi-Wan got beat the fuck up in season 4. Man.
Yeah, and then like you have Anakin and Ahsoka like going around being like trying to hunt Obi-Wan down.
Killer who is Obi-Wan.
Yeah. And then I
hard to explain if you haven't seen it, but
and then I love how
it's
like
a cool couple episode arc.
It's the only time that Yoda admits to being wrong.
Yes.
How he's just like, yeah, hiding it was wrong of us.
Right.
But it was Obi-Wan's call.
Yeah, exactly.
To hide it, to be like, look, no, you get too emotional. which he does.
Yeah, but that was a cool bit because like it touched on a bunch of stuff because it also touched a bit about because the whole plot also is that the bounty hunters were working with Count Dooku to capture Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
So then you see also a little bit of Palpatine's machinations behind all this stuff because obviously who really told Dooku to kidnap Palpatine? Oh, it was Darth Sidious.
Yeah.
So like it's all just shit to kind of just like sow mistrust and confusion in the galaxy to basically have his own rise.
Sure. Yeah. No, I agree.
I know I watched this show out of order because there's a canon way of watching.
I know
it.
there's
a lot of the episodes bounce around.
You and I are
shit.
watching it two different
Right.
ways, which I kind of like.
It's not terrible. Like I'd say the first 4 seasons are not out of place, but like you would watch like the 8th episode of season 3 before the first episode of season 2.
It's kind of
it's like the ARC Troopers and shit. But
it's it's Batman animated series.
Exactly. Yes.
That's how it is.
Yes.
But I like the fact that you and I are watching it in two different styles.
Pretty much at the same point.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, probably when we're done recording later today, I think season 6 is only like 13 episodes.
It's something like that. Yeah.
It's
a short one.
So like. With fucking, I might finish season 6, but
tonight. Today and tomorrow, I might finish it. But
yeah.
So since watching it out of order, you saw the rise of Domino Squad. You saw them training on Camino, and then you see them on the on that Camino. I'm stroking out. I'm sorry. The moon of Camino.
Yeah.
Where a lot of them get killed.
Yep.
One of them gets killed by that eel. The other one, Heavy, sacrifices himself. And then the next time you see them, they become ARC Troopers.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about Fives and Echo.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously Fives has a bit of an arc himself in the beginning of season 6.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but that I dig. Like like I said earlier, that's what I came into Clone Wars for.
Yeah.
Is for
clone
stuff.
But at the same time, I'm happy with the Jedi stuff.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm really looking forward. What are you looking forward to seeing in season 6?
I mean, I kind of know. This show's been out for a year.
Oh,
so
well, I see.
I have. What do you?
But
what do you?
You love to be spoiled.
I do because, like, to me, like it's just like it's already out. Like I'm cool. I wasn't spoiled with Black Sun. Black Sun, that was a crime syndicate that came out from
that's who Darth
Shadows
Maul.
of the Empire.
But doesn't Darth Maul run them?
Yes, he does.
He runs them even in Solo, right?
No.
I thought they mentioned.
Well, again, if it's canon or not, but in the comic book they separate because Darth Maul's plans kind of go a little haywire. But whatever.
What's the crime syndicate in?
I think it's called like Crimson Dawn or something like that.
Yes,
yeah.
You're right.
So he definitely has some shit going on. But when they brought in Black Sun, I was like, fuck yeah, because I'm a big Shadows of the Empire fan. It's a garbage game, but I grew up with it and I loved it. But Black Sun was the main force behind it, no pun intended. It was the crime syndicate Prince Shizor. I don't know. His claim to fame is that he seduced Leia or something like that.
He's a snake monster.
Green skin snake monster, I guess. Yeah, he has like a minuscule appearance in Phantom Menace.
Okay.
So I guess he's canon. Doesn't really count. He was like in the background of the pod racing scenes.
This is pod racing.
We should get our own soundboard. You like that idea, Nation? Yeah, you like that idea, Nation. Thank you.
Talk about that.
Stop, Nation. Nation, stop. Any more episodes you want to talk? What do you want to see in season 6?
I want to see the return of Ahsoka.
Right.
Maybe some more like characters from maybe see I don't know how old Han Solo would be at this point. Probably
I guess
a kid.
he'd be a child, right? Because Solo takes place between 3 and 4.
I would like to see an episode on Kashyyyk. Like, I am such a sucker for Wookiees.
I think that was going to happen. But did not.
It may was season 7.
It might was season 7, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to see the return of Ahsoka and kind of the fallout and
sure.
Her
that was something that I feel they missed out on.
And her and Anakin just kind of trying to get back where they were,
right.
As master, and though she will never come back to the council,
right.
To the Jedi Order.
Yeah, I think the next time they meet is different circumstances.
No.
Yeah.
Does Anakin have a breathing problem?
I think so. Yeah, he got a bit of a darker complexion next time he sees him. Yeah,
A little charred.
something like that. Yeah. But I know what you mean. Yeah,
I would
feel
like. I'd like to see her though.
I agree because
it.
I think she was definitely the star
She's such
of
a
this series.
absolutely.
And
She's
again, we have not seen the end of season 6. In the trailer, she's in season 7, so obviously
I
she
want to
comes back
see
to the series.
Yeah, I want obviously like just clone stuff. Like,
Yes. I mean, I'm excited about the Bad Batch, which is the first episode in season 7, which it seems to be some clone stuff.
yeah, I mean I mean, with who knows what happens with Rex in season 6, he could be part of the Bad Batch.
It's possible. I
knows?
don't know. Again, this is all speculation for shit that's already happened, Nation. Sorry to bore you, but that's what we want right now in our lives.
It hasn't happened to me.
Exactly. Yes. That's not
So you've been spoiled, so I'm not going to ask you.
Yeah.
But I know you've been doing some media.
I've been digesting some media. Yes. So none of this stuff is canon anymore because it all happened prior to the Lucas buyout from Disney. But like I said, the Darth Maul graphic novel I checked out. It was pretty cool. Son of Dathomir, that's what the subtitle is, and it deals with what happened with Darth Maul after he got captured by Darth Sidious at the end of season 5, which we already discussed. I also checked out the Xbox original game, Star Wars Republic Commando, which is it's fun. I think I might actually be further in it now than I ever was.
Okay.
But so what it is, it's a first-person shooter.
Okay.
Definitely Metroid Prime influence, like the HUD and the environments and shit like that. But the big hook is that it's squad-based. So you have 3 other clone commandos with you, Republic commandos.
So 4 total.
4 total, that's correct. You and 3 others.
Me good with math.
Me good math. And the big hook is that you can control them. Like, obviously they have their own AI, they're going to shoot, they're going to do what they're going to do, but you might be like, oh, hey, go take a sniping spot over there.
Right.
Go heal yourself. Go start throwing grenades over there. It's not as free as, like, hey, right over there in that spot. Like,
right.
Obviously some of these things are set up.
It's not like Battlegrounds? Battlefront? Yeah.
The Star Wars game?
Well, the first one, because weren't you able to control, like...
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, it's a matter of just, like, directing people.
Yeah.
Like you have that. You have, like, search and destroy or form up and shit like that. But you can also be like, okay, this wall needs to get blown up, and there's a reticule on there. You just highlight it and be like, okay, you go blow that up. Or you could go do it yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, that's cool, too. So it gives you a lot of freedom for stuff like that. So I'm digging it. I think it's only, like, 3 missions long. They're long missions.
Okay.
But Kashyyyk is the 3rd one, so that's where I'm at right now.
That's awesome.
I dabbled a little bit into the titular game, the Clone Wars, which it came out around the same time as Episode 2, and it is a weird vehicular, not combat game, but like picture Rogue Squadron. So like you're in space, right? But you're on the ground now.
Okay.
So like you're on ships that go on the ground. Like the first mission is basically Mace Windu and that blue Twi'lek one, Ayla, I think. And they're going to the Battle of Geonosis.
Okay.
So leading up right to that. That is as far as I got.
Okay.
Because again, I just wanted to briefly touch on it to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember this. I fucking 100%ed it back in the day, so
nice.
I must have liked it then. And I mean, I still own it, so it's not like I fucking fucked it and chucked it.
Fucked it and chucked.
Exactly,
I like that.
So
it's kind of what I feel like part of this episode should be, just fuck it and chuck it.
So just right into the internet. And I did want to re-look at the Samurai Jack inspired one, but I didn't see the whole thing. I saw a couple bits of it. That goes in a weird spot. Bits. It was bits, yeah. Season 2 though, I think was actually like 30-minute episodes or something like that, or volume 2, however you want to say it.
Dude, I forget. How does he get the scar?
They don't explain that, actually. I think in the beginning of the season 2 of he's got the scar. Yeah, and I think Padme's just like, oh.
God, it pisses me off. I'm like, it's pissing me off.
Does he have the scar in Clone Wars?
Yes.
He does?
It's pissing me off. Because I don't know how he got that fucking scar.
It's gonna be something dumb like how fucking Nick Fury got his eye.
Like fucking probably
fucking space cat.
He probably tried to shave with his fucking lightsaber.
Probably thought he was cool, yeah. You jerk. You jabroni.
You asthmatic fuck.
Any more Clone Wars thoughts, Tom? I mean, we're gonna still touch on Clone Wars in later episodes. But
Absolutely, because we'll
the big bulk of it.
Yeah,
I think is done, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Nation. Thank you so much for sticking with us for that big Clone Wars talk.
And the Clanker invasion as
Clanker
well.
Invasion. Yeah, I feel like Clanker's such a slur. You know what I mean? Like it's. Oh, there we go.
They don't have feelings. They're fucking droids, dude. They
Some
don't.
of the droids have feelings.
Yeah, not the ones that work for fucking Dooku.
That's probably right.
A Clanker is a bad droid.
Okay.
It's not R2D2 or C3PO. That is a Clanker. The Roger guys,
Right.
Those are Clankers,
Right.
and they're meant to be talked down to.
Wow. All right. And on that note, Nation, thank you again, like we just said, for sitting with us for the big time Star Wars episode.
Oh, what's wrong? You a little sleepy there?
I'm in my little rocking chair
fucker.
now. We moved away from the battlefield, a little more quiet corner.
Yeah.
Actually hear ourselves talk. Hopefully you can hear ourselves
Yeah.
talk.
This is gonna be a shit ass.
It's a one shot. It's one shot, my man. That's it.
That's what I tell the ladies.
Episode 66.
One shot, girls.
Episode 66 has been executed. Episode 66. Jesus Christ. Episode 67, though, coming out around March 16th. March 16th. Is there another way to say that, Tom?
By God! By God!
We're going to talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin. What a weird trajectory this whole podcast has taken. Like, we just talk about video games, but now we're talking about Clone Wars, or we're talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin, like just Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
So we're gonna talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin, man, because it's gonna be 3/16. It's gonna be right around St. Patty's Day, the month of the drinkers. You're gonna hear a RudeBoyz top 10.
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
And it's gonna be. We're not gonna spoil it. You're just gonna have to see what it is
Absolutely.
on March 10th. But the week of March 16th, by God, Stone Cold is going to be talked about on the RudeBoyz PowerHour Plus. That's Tommy's boy.
And I'm just saying, that's going to have to be a weekend recording.
Okay. Well, I feel like we can accommodate that.
There's going to be a lot of drinking.
You know what? No better way to celebrate Stone Cold Steve Austin
Absolutely.
than with a couple of Steve Weisers. Can of beer for the working man, as it says on his podcast. You ever listen to his podcast? You don't even listen to this podcast. Why did I even ask you that? Nation, follow us on social media. Hit us up with all your favorite Stone Cold memories, your matches, your promos. Did you like him in The Condemned? I don't know. Maybe we can talk about some of his movies. He was in The Longest Yard, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll pull up his filmography. I'm sure we'll be highly impressed.
The Condemned was surprisingly good.
The Condemned was Battle Royale.
You fuck.
Nation, hit us up on the social medias, twitter.com/RudeBoyz469.
Yeah, come on. Like, we're not pissing into the wind here. Like, just fucking let us know what you like about Austin, what you don't like about Austin.
We'll put some stuff out there, 100%. Facebook.com/RudeBoyz469. Instagram.com/RudeBoyz469. Tom, we should probably do something a little special for Austin, I think. Well, you should do something special for Austin, because you got the Instagram. But
What on it? Oh, on Instagram?
yeah, on Instagram. Yeah, Austin, baby. Stone Cold! On our YouTube page.
We have a YouTube?
We have a YouTube page, Tommy!
See, that's the only way I really listen to podcasts is through YouTube.
Okay. I mean, that doesn't help me or us, but okay, that's fine.
It helps our numbers there, right?
There.
All right. Well, I'm trying to help.
You are. I appreciate that.
I'm Tom helping.
You can find that at all lowercase letters, bit.ly/RudeBoyz, Rude2. That is all lowercase. Nation, give us a couple likes and something like that. Like, we would love to feel the love. And we will follow for follow.
We will.
Subscribe for subscribe.
Yep.
And just mute us. I don't give a fuck. Just give us those numbers, please. I will not bother you ever again. Except this little outro.
Nobody mutes us on Instagram.
You know that for a fact?
Every people that we have given follow for follow have been liking all of our posts.
That's excellent. Have you been liking their posts?
Yeah.
Good. Tom is real good with the Instagram.
so.
Ladies and gentlemen, get up on there. Get up in those Instagram guts.
Get up all in those Instagram guts.
Speaking of Instagram and social media, if you want to reach me, Sherms, Christopher, on social media, I'm at Tesherms, TEH_SHERMS, on both Twitter and Instagram. Tom, you look perplexed. What did I do wrong?
Where can they listen to this?
Man, oh man, is that what that feels like? Shit. Tom, give your social media real quick, because we can't go back and forth.
Yeah.
You can go forward, baby.
Yeah, right. You can get me on Twitter at Tommy_Cash, and on Instagram, you can also get me at Tommy_Cash80.
Yes, and well, follow for follow, man. It's all
Absolutely.
about building the brand, building the Tommy Cash brand, building the Sherm brand, building the RudeBoyz brand.
The Tommy Cash brand is pretty 99 followers.
All right, let's get them to 100, guys. All right, let's get them to 100, please.
No, let's get RudeBoyz to 100 first.
Well, let's get them all to 100.
Yeah.
All right, let's get them all to 100.
Absolutely.
All right. So to take a little bit of a back pedal, thank you, Tom. I don't have my notes in front of me clearly because that always helps. You can find our podcast on Apple Music, Google Podcast Store, whatever the fuck it's called, Stitcher Radio. You can find it on YouTube, and you can find us on Podbean. We are hosted by those lovely, wonderful, handsome, beautiful people over at the Podbean Network, which hosts the RudeBoyz podcast network. So that's all our wrestle specials, our RudeBoyz Go to the Movies, our RudeBoyz Top 10, and anything else we might have in the mix. You know what I'm saying? That is found at rudeboyz.podbean.com.
Clone that bean and give the double flick.
You were sitting on that. That's why you were.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know what? I'll give it a... That's pretty good.
Thank you.
All right, and that's it, Nation. We're sorry for this long episode, but it was a good chat. We're sorry for the audio quality.
That's gonna be horrible. I can't wait to not listen.
For Tom, I'm Sherm.
And for Sherm, I'm Tom.
Bye, Nation. We'll see you next time. By God.
This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.